On the news tonight, Governor Soludo to embark on massive road construction across Anambra State after rain season. Anambra State Assembly commends Soludo's tries in 100 days. National Examination Council insists senior school certificate examination commences tomorrow, Monday. Police in South Africa commence investigation into death of 17 young people in nightclub. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening. Welcome to the news. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Governor Chukwuma Soludo says he will embark on construction of 220 kilometers of routes across Anambra State as the rain subsides later this year. Governor Soludo revealed this during a statewide broadcast to mark his 100 days in office as the governor of Anambra State. Correspondent Valentine Mbadoga has the details.
Recall that Professor Chukwuma Soludo was sworn into office as the governor of Anambra State on March 17, 2022, and has completed his 100 days in office. Giving account of the activities of the government over the 100 days, Governor Soludo reassured of his commitment on implementing the Soludo Solution, the People's Manifesto, with its 5 driving pillars, which includes security, law and order, economic transformation agenda, social agenda, governance, rule of law and value system, and environment, geared towards achieving a clean, green and planned sustainable cities and markets. Governor Soludo explained that despite obvious challenges, that Anambra State will remain on course to actualize a livable and prosperous smart homeland, adding that he has spent the last 100 days addressing some key fundamental issues focused on laying strong foundation for the prosperity of the state, while emphasizing the need for some fundamental disruptive changes which, according to him, are inevitable. Governor Soludo promised that Anambra tax money must work for them.
The last 100 days have been bumpy and challenging as expected, with insecurity and a red treasury being the most potent, as clearly identified in our inaugural address. Since February 2022, the contribution of oil revenue from the NNPC to the Federation account has been zero, and many states have difficulty paying salaries. Thus, with declining revenue in the context of insecurity and the mountain of debt, including over 20 billion in arrears of gratuity to pensioners since 2018, vis-a-vis the sky-high expectations from you, our employers, some fundamental disruptive changes are then inevitable.
Governor Soludo assured to present Anambra with the first annual report come March next year, calling on the spirit of sacrifice and patriotism among the people to make Anambra achieve greatness. The governor maintained his readiness to remain the chief promoter and marketer of made in Anambra products, expressing optimism that Anambra will win on the long run.
In 1 month, we have fixed the dreaded Amansi Road with its nightmarish logjam, the washout portion of the federal road at Onitsha, and will still have change to intervene in one other terrible spot. That's the new normal for our administration, and that is cutting waste and delivering service to the people. We maintain the policy of the past administration on Community Choose Your Project, in which communities receive grants from the state government to execute a project or projects of priority to the community. Our administration has launched a new phase and increased the grant from 20 to 25 million per community. And we've launched a policy that no retiree from the state civil service will be owed gratuity under our administration. Our new administration is determined to ensure that local government funds are deployed to address developmental issues at the grassroots.
Members of the Executive Council, the Anambra State Head of Service, Barrister Theodora Igwebe, the National Vice President of Ohaneze Ndigbo Worldwide, Chief Damian Okeke-Okene, the Anambra State President of Ohaneze Ndigbo, Chief Emeka Udodeme, the ASATU National President, Barrister Titus Udo, the members of ABGA State Working Committee, led by the ABGA State Chairman, Sanobat Ubi, among others, attended the event. From the Governor's Lodge, Amobia, Valentine Mbada reporting for ABS News.
Anambra State House of Assembly has described the first 100 days in office of Governor Chukwuma Soludo as eventful. In his congratulatory message to Governor Soludo on behalf of the state legislature, the Speaker, Right Honorable Uche Okafor, noted that the governor has demonstrated in practical terms his genuine desire to provide Anambra with good governance in all sectors. The details.
Mr. Speaker!
Right Honorable Okafor recounted some of the strides of Governor Soludo so far, to include massive environmental sanitation, employment, road infrastructure, especially the Oka-Amansi Ugwuoba road construction, as well as his promise to complete by December this year one of the most strategic roads in the state, the Ufuma-Awa Ndi Ukwenu-Amansi road, in addition to increasing the community choose a project initiative from 20 to 25 million naira, among others. The Speaker extolled the cordial working relationship existing between the state lawmakers and the governor, which he said has helped in uplifting the living condition of the citizenry and the overall development of the state. He enjoined Anambra, especially politicians, to desist from capable of retarding the pace of development in the state, but to join hands with Governor Soludo in moving the state to greater heights. Right Honorable Okafor prayed God to continue to give Governor Soludo the wisdom, strength, and grace to accomplish his lofty agenda for the total transformation of the state and well-being of the citizenry.
A two-day retreat organized by the Anambra State Ministry of Power in collaboration with the State Power Committee and Next Year Power Group has ended with a call for a collective action to ensure that Anambra do not lose out on the third and fourth industrial revolutions. The retreat at Agolo Lake Golden Tulip Hotel had its theme as Ifa Digo, building a private sector-led Anambra electricity market pivotal, achievable and urgent. Correspondent Blessing Uchendo reports.
Speaking at the retreat, the Secretary to the Government of Anambra State, Professor Solochukwu Lobelo, said that power is a critical development enabler which is fundamental in the plan for a smart megacity that Governor Chukwuma Soludo envisions. He noted that the committee was the first to be reconstituted by the governor and urged its members to put hands together in clearing all bottlenecks in the state power sector.
Without power, we're going nowhere. At Anambra State, indeed, some of the things I sent to him during that period, I think he felt I was paranoid about power. That Anambra State, or indeed Nigeria, was starting the second industrial revolution, largely because of power. A lot of the problems we have, challenges we have in our economy, manufacturing, even small business people and the rest of them. And some of us that involved in some little agro-processing thing. Power is critical, very, very critical. And without it, no nation is going anywhere.
On his part, the Anambra State Commissioner for Power and Water Resources, Mr. Julius Chukwuemeka, harped on the need to know the impact and roadmaps that the Power Committee can come up with within a stipulated time frame with regards to short, medium, and long-term goals. Mr. Chukwuemeka, an engineer, commended the committee members, Nestia Group and EEDC representatives for their efforts towards the initiative, stating that results garnered from the two-day sessions have been immense and assured that their findings and recommendations would be presented to the Anambra State Executive Council for validation and adoption.
I believe the discussions we've had here will yield a lot of fruit, and I believe it will metamorphose into a 24/7 power supply. The challenge we are having, if we may put it in broad terms, is issue of monopoly. And if we find a way, either by franchise or otherwise, to get over those challenges, then Anambra of our dream will be very close.
Contributing, the Power Committee Chairman, Mr. Chiko Okonkwo, appreciated Governor Soludo for the call to serve, adding that their work is to provide a framework for adequate power supply to Ndi Anambra and appealed for maximum support.
I want to assure you on behalf of the committee, their team, that we will come up with something implementable and in alignment with the timelines expected by the administration of this law. So once again, on behalf of the team, I'd like to say thank you for being here with us.
The retreat, which was more of interactive session, was attended by experts and critical stakeholders, including Nzaka Chukwunwankpo, Sanwa Bufonwankwo, Mr. Patrick Okibo, Eyo Ekpo, and Vincent Ekweku, among others. From Agolo, Anocha Council area, Blessing Uchendo, ABS News.
Members of the Anambra Traditional Rulers Council have advised the state workforce to ensure that they all get their permanent voter cards, as it is time to return power to the people and make their voices heard. The advice came during a courtesy visit of some members of the Anambra Traditional Rulers Council to the head of service at the Jerome Udoji Secretariat, Oka. We have the details.
Receiving the traditional rulers, the Anambra head of service, Barrister Okwi Igwegbe, commended the traditional rulers for sensitizing the workers on the need to ensure that they are eligible to vote. Barrister Igwegbe described the message of the traditional rulers as timely, noting that it behooves on all responsible citizens of the country to register for their permanent voters' cards so as to enable them to perform their civic duties. She assured the traditional rulers that their message was well received and would be conveyed to the civil servants in the state. The head of service expressed confidence in her workers, whom she described as responsible citizens that would always choose to perform their civic duties at all times. Earlier, the deputy chairman of the Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council, Igwe Sunday Okafor, the traditional ruler of Obuno, in Oka South local government area, thanked Barrister Igwegbe for receiving them in her office. Igwe Sunday Okafor said their visit was an answer to a clarion call designed to steering the nation in the right direction and producing a needed change in governance. Lending his voice, the Secretary General of Anambra Traditional Rulers Council, Igwe Pius Omashono, the traditional ruler of Olumbanasa, described the forthcoming election as a God-given opportunity to turn the narrative favorably for the masses. Other traditional rulers in the entourage are Igwe Peter Ezamama of Enugu Umuonya and Professor Charles Anikweze of Okozo.
Barring any sudden change in plans, the 2022 internal examination for school-based candidates, the Senior School Certificate examination, will commence on Monday, June 27, 2022. National Examination Council has said. It said the examination would run till Friday, August 12, 2022, and in that candidates would be examined in 76 subjects during the examination. NECO spokesman Sani Aziz, in a statement, confirmed that all arrangements have been completed to ensure that the examination is successful and satisfactory to all stakeholders. He enjoined state ministries of education, principals and commandants of schools, and all stakeholders to disregard speculations on the alleged postponement of the examination. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved and released $100 million at the official exchange rate of 415 naira 63 kobo per dollar as a take-up grant for the Presidential Power Initiative it was gathered. It was also learned that the $100 million was part of the $200 million approved by the President for the program, as the balance alongside additional would come on a later date. The PPI is an initiative of the federal government conceived during a meeting between Nigeria's President and German Chancellor Angela Merkel on August 31, 2018. It was conceived as a three-phase initiative to rehabilitate and expand Nigeria's electricity grid through improved generation, transmission, and distribution. The federal government had to establish a special purpose vehicle, the FGN Power Company, to own and execute the PPI. A document obtained from the company in Abuja on the financing for the power program indicated that billions of naira had already been released for the initiative. At least 17 young people were found dead at a nightclub in a township in South Africa's southern city of East London, police said. A provincial police chief, Brigadier Thembokosi Kinana, said they received a report that about 17 people died in a local tavern in Scenery Park, which is based in East London. Brigadier Kinana said they are still investigating the circumstances surrounding the incident, adding that the victims were aged between 18 and 20 years. Unverified pictures shared on social media showed bodies with no visible signs of injuries strewn on the floor of the club. Local television showed police officers trying to calm down a crowd of people gathered outside the club in the city, which lies on the Indian Ocean coast, nearly 1,000 kilometers south of Johannesburg. Sports. Head coach Randy Waldrum has picked captain Onome Ebi and 24 other players to represent Nigeria at the 12th Women Africa Cup of Nations taking place in Morocco from the 2nd to 23rd of July. The list of the 9-time champions is an interesting mix of the old guard and new blood, with veterans Tochukwu Oluehi, Ebi Rita Chikwelu, Osinachi Ohale, Francisca Odega, and Ngozi Okobi Okwegene on board, as well as defenders Ashley Plumpley, Nicole Payne, and Michelle Aloze, midfielder Regina Otu, and forwards Vivian Ikechukwu, Gift Monday, and the former Onumono dropped the contingent that made the camp in Abuja, where goalkeeper Rita Akariko, defenders Chidima Okeke, Ngozi Emenayo, and Okpeyemi Sunday, midfielders Suliat Abidem, Amanda Uju Mbadi, and Charity Adule, and forward Anam Imo. The team will confront South Africa's Bayana in the first match of the tournament on Monday, 4th July 2022, before other games against Botswana and Burundi. All 4 semi-finals at the championship in Morocco will qualify to represent Africa at the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. The Falcons contingent will depart Nigeria for Morocco on Monday, 27th of June. Remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS from many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television, subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka, and follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website, www.absradiotv.com. And now a recap of the main points. Governor Soludo is to embark on massive road construction across Anambra State after the rainy season. Anambra State Assembly has commended Soludo's strides in 100 days. National Examination Council is insisting that senior school certificate examination will commence tomorrow, Monday. Police in South Africa have commenced investigation into the death of 17 young people in a nightclub. And here is a special message before we go. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's it on the news tonight. Thank you so very much for watching. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Kachifo.